Hello and good day, my dear grade 7 students. How are you all? I hope you are all fine and doing great. We are now on our second week of our second quarter in TLE7 under the component of Industrial Arts, Mechanical Drafting. Last week, we discussed our Lesson 1, Preparing Drafting Materials and Tools or Drawing Instruments, the first part, Introduction to Mechanical Drafting. Let us have our short review. What is mechanical drafting? As you can recall, mechanical drafting is the process of creating drawings which communicate of how something can be constructed. Therefore, in every drawings, to make it successful, we need to know and use appropriately the different drawing instruments or tools and materials, and that is what we are going to discuss for today. So for our lesson for this week, the second part of our lesson 1, types and uses of drafting materials and tools or drawing instruments and different forms used in drafting. Let us first know the 4 different learning targets that you should achieve within this week. First, identify the different tools, instruments, and materials used in drafting and its function. Second, analyze the proper way of requesting, receiving, inspecting, and storing drafting materials and tools. Third, reflect on the importance of using different drafting tools appropriately and being knowledgeable on to request, receive, inspect, and store drafting tools, instruments, and materials. And lastly, you have to demonstrate the proper manipulation or usage of drawing instruments. Let us begin with this warm-up activity, the word search or word hunt. You have to search for words of the materials and tools or drawing instruments used in mechanical drafting. Kindly take down notes for the words that you have found. Words might appear straight across, backward straight across, up and down and up, and diagonally. After finding the words, you have to enumerate and classify them, whether they are drafting tools or instruments or materials. You will have 1 minute to accomplish this activity. Are you ready? Your 1 minute starts now. Time's up! Well done! I hope you have found at least 5 words that are related to tools or drawing instruments and materials. You have to classify it whether it's a tools or drawing instruments or materials. And we are going to discuss it later in our synchronous class. After doing the activity, I want you to answer this important question. Is it necessary to know the different tools and materials in mechanical drafting? If yes, why? And if not, why not? I want to hear your answers later in our synchronous class. Let us now discuss the different types and uses of drafting materials and tools or drawing instruments and different forms used in drafting. Drafting is said to be the universal language of industry and technology. It is through the application of special lines and symbols that the drafters use so that technical people can communicate. Through drawings, ideas and designs are transferred between draftsmen, architects, and engineers. Let us have first the drawing paper. There are various types of drawing papers that are available for use, but hard and soft surface drawing papers are highly recommended to be the best. Oslo paper is commonly used, but bond paper is also recommended. Second is the masking tape. This is used for fastening the drawing paper on the drawing table or drawing board because it does not damage the board and it will not damage the paper if it is removed by pulling it off. Third is the pencil sharpener. Pencils should be sharpened whenever they show sign of dullness. There are various types and designs that are available in the store for use. So as you can see, there are two types of pencil sharpener shown in the picture. Which one are you using? Fourth is the eraser. This is used to clean the dirt off the drawing. But did you know there are two types of eraser? First is the soft eraser that is advantageous in removing smudges and pencil marks, whereas a harder eraser is useful for making changes and correcting errors in the drawing. Fifth, we have the drawing pencil. This is one of the most important tools in drawing. It comes in various grades as you can see in the picture. The grade of pencil to be used depends on the quality of the paper to be used. Let us discuss the different types of drawing pencil. Hard pencils are used where extreme accuracy is required, especially working on graphs, diagrams, and charts. Medium pencils are used for general purpose work in drawing, and soft pencils are too soft to be used in mechanical drawing. Therefore, they are only useful for artwork of various kinds. Next, we have the triangular scales. This is a tool generally used when reproducing a drawing in an enlarged or reduced form to some regular proportion. And lastly, who can guess what drawing or drafting tool or instrument is this? If your answer is erasing shield, you are correct. This tool is made up of metal with irregular holes. It is a useful tool to protect the rest of the drawing when clearing up smudges, unnecessary pencil lines, and other erasures. After knowing the different drawing instruments or tools and materials, I want you to answer this another important question. If you will perform basic drafting works, how can knowing the different drawing tool or instruments and materials be helpful or beneficial to you? Again, I want to hear your answers in our synchronous class. We are now on the second part of our lesson, the procedures in receiving and storing tools and materials. Let us now know the different functions of the receiving department. It has the function to unload and unpack incoming materials, check quantities received against the shipper's packing list, identify goods received with descriptions on the purchase order, Prepare a receiving report. Notify the purchasing department of descriptions discovered. Arrange for inspection when necessary. Notify the purchasing department of any damage in transit and route. Accepted materials to the appropriate manufacturer's location.
Thank you for active listening. I hope you learned and enjoyed from our lesson today.